Alright, let's look at the homework 3.1, problem number 5. Alright, so we want to find the critical numbers of this function. G of y is equal to y minus 3 over y squared minus 3y plus 9. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so we need to find the derivative, so we're going to have to use a quotient rule. So g prime of y is equal to, alright, so we're going to square the bottom. So quantity y squared minus 3y plus 9 squared, right? Then derivative of the top is 1 times the bottom, so y squared minus 3y plus 9 minus y minus 3, and then multiply by the derivative of the denominator. So it's a 2y minus 3. Right? Then the denominator looks okay, but we can probably simplify the top. So you have y squared minus 3y plus 9, right? Then let's multiply out. So you have a y times 2y is 2y squared with a negative sign, so negative 2y squared, right? Y times negative 3 would be negative 3y with a positive, so it's a positive 3y. Right? Then negative 3 times 2y is negative 6y, so it's going to actually with a negative sign, so plus 6y. Alright, then you have a 3 times 3 is 9, but with a negative sign, so it's negative 9. Right? Then on the bottom, we just have just copy the denominator. Alright, so we have that. Alright, so let's simplify the top so we can cancel. There's a 9, then you have a minus 9, right? There's a negative 3y and a positive 3y. And I think that's about it, alright? So you have, there's 6y, so maybe I'll circle that. So there's a 6y there. I'm going to put that out here, so 6y. And then you have negative 2y squared and a y squared. So that's going to be negative y squared, right? And denominator y squared minus 3y plus 9 squared, right? Then we can probably pull y out, so y is in common on the numerator, so y is pulled out, so you have a 6 minus y. Alright, then on the denominator, so y squared minus 3y plus 9 squared. Right? Then we set this guy equal to 0. Then you see that maybe I'm going to go up here. This makes, so in order to make the fraction equal to 0, we just have to make sure that the numerator is equal to 0. So y times quantity 6 minus y. So we set that equal to 0, right? So therefore, we'll have y value is, from here, y is 0 or y is 6, right? So those are critical numbers, right? Then we have to think about this derivative is undefined somewhere, right? And this denominator actually never negative. If you look at the y squared minus 3y, right? And I'm going to put the plus 9 here. Right, I'm going to complete the square to just show you that this guy is never negative. So the third number we need to complete the square would be 1/2 of this number would be 3/2 squared. So plus 9/4. Right, minus 9/4. Right, if you group the first three terms together, we'll get, this is going to be y minus 3 over 2 quantity squared. So this will give you the first three terms, right? Then this is going to be, let's see, 9 is same thing as 36 over 4. So it's going to be 27 over 4 if you combine that. But the point is, this guy is non-negative, so you can see that this guy is never negative. And since you're adding 27 over 4, that's way positive. So this guy is never equal to 0, right? So which means that this derivative is always defined. So 0 and 6 are the only critical numbers, right? So let's go back and type it in, right? 0 and 6, right? Then submit for testing. Alright, it came back and looks like we got this one correctly. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.